Hello YouTube and welcome to More Parz, who is doing interesting shorts about Australia, more specifically the deadly crazy animals and stuff happening over there. So I don't really know anything except for the fact that it's a deadly place to be and the people that live there are kind of cool. Yeah, but that's about all I know about Australia. So let's get to it.
This is the world's biggest spider.
Okay, that's pretty big spider.
Why the f is it that big? Introducing the Fossa blondie.
What kind of question is that? Do people really ask themselves why something is big? That's what she said.
Tarantula, surprisingly not native to Australia for once. Found on the other tyrannid hive continent, South America. Now, let's address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing is fucking huge. Coming in,
yeah, that's pretty big.
175 grams in weight and
damn, it weighs more than my VR headset. That's crazy.
12 inches in leg span. Damn, boy, he's thick. And those legs are not the only place it's packing inches, because Sheila's cousin here is packing fangs that measure a inch
That's
in
so
length.
cool.
The scale, that is like a 6-foot human packing canines the length of a fucking ruler.
Oh my god. A human beaver combo bumbo. Or a walrus? I don't know.
But the important question, why is it so big? And the answer is that I have withheld information from it. You see, I introduced this girl by a Latin name. She's much better known as the Goliath bird-eater tarantula.
Am I the only one that's going like, what does that have to do with the size? The fact that we named it Goliath because it's big? That doesn't make something bigger. Just because you name it big, just chat, okay? If you're packing, don't name it Goliath. It's not gonna make it bigger. Okay?
That's right, this EDF-sized spider, not unlike me, would fucking kill for some KFC. Literally. These bile titans will quite happily hunt birds, remy, frogs, and even... and they do all of this without a fucking web.
No web?
Goliaths are a pure melee build, hunting by son. The floor, sensing for movement with incredibly sensitive hairs on their legs. These hairs pick up vibrations in the air, which tell them when something is close.
That's one hairy beast.
And once their spidey sense tells them that Remy's in range,
you'll name him David.
They can jump here, biting him with those daggers they call fangs, and injecting him with fucking
poison.
Neurotoxin.
Yeah.
Can I go 1 week without covering neurotoxin? Of course this thing has it too. You know, I give up. I give up. They then drag their prey back to their...
Oh my god! Okay, this is the first video I've seen of this channel, but so I should expect a lot of neurotoxin. Got it. I mean, makes sense, right?
And spit up acidic digestive juices
in order to
suck their prey up through a fucking straw.
Dang, son! So they cause paralysis, and then they do a haktua on you, and then they watch you as you slowly dissolve and die, and then they feast on you on the smoothie. That's so cool. Damn.
This
very
is the
creative.
World's biggest spider.
Very fucking creative. That's the most metal thing. Yeah, I know, right? That's wicked. All right. 1 video in and I already like him.
Australia just found a new record-breaking insect. But before I show him to you, how the f do we keep finding new bugs? You see, Australia...
How the fuck do we keep finding new bugs? I mean, they gotta do something there. They're bored.
Australia is home to an estimated 200,000 species of insect, which is pretty
That's a lot.
Impressive, especially when you consider the only place you're going to find more bugs than that is by counting the fucking roach population in Asmongold's walls.
Bro!
Now, the scary part of this is that out of that 200k, we've only actually identified 62,000. We have
Sheesh!
no idea what nearly 3/4 of the bugs in the country actually fucking
That's
do.
crazy!
And so it should come as no surprise that while exploring Australia's dense rainforests, 2 scientists discovered a new record holder for the largest insect in the land down under, and it's a fucking stick bug.
It's stick bug.
Introducing Acrophila
Holy,
alta, and
that's
coming in at a
huge.
full 40 centimeters and 44 grams in weight. I don't think that qualifies
That's a
as
cool
stick
stick
insect
bug
anymore. That's fucking Groot.
What do you mean it's Groot? It looks so pretty though. Look at it. It's so pretty.
Australia's very own Erd tree avatar was discovered in Queensland. Because of course it fucking was. And despite
Galen,
being
oh
enough
my
inches in length
God.
to make any man jealous, it's actually completely harmless. However, given how many oversized bugs we already have, if we find any more, I think they're going to send the fucking Helldivers. Australia just found
Oh man, Australia's just like chilling over there, and suddenly you find another mutant insect just going like, "Oh yeah, I exist. I'm around." I wonder how many of those are, or if it's just like, just a mutation that occurred in just one.
Australia doesn't just have snakes and spiders. It has a tiger. Well,
Wait,
kinda. Introducing the thylacine, better known as the Tassie tiger. As the name suggests, native to my home state of Tasmania, this tiny little island off Australia's south coast. No, that is not New Zealand. They have hobbits, not tigers. Tiger isn't entirely correct. You see, the thylacine isn't a cat on steroids. You see, this bad boy is the largest carnivorous marsupial on the planet. Despite the kangaroo coming in at 7 foot tall and throwing kicks like Chun-Li, they are herbivores, and everything else with a pouch that eats meat is about the size of a chihuahua, making this 1.3 meter, 20 kilo kangaroo dog with a tiger persona the only marsupial apex predator. See, these things were ambush hunters.
Oh no! No way he did that! Dude, he's on a roll! Oh. Dang, son, even the PDF.
Using stealth and speed to silently take down their prey like they're playing Assassin's Creed. On top of being a fully qualified Spec Ops agent, these things had a mouth on them to rival Kirby. Capable of opening their jaw a full 80 fucking degrees.
Holy
which is
shit.
absolutely terrifying.
That is
and
terrifying.
Really cool. It's just
It is really
one
cool
small
too.
problem. You may
Yes.
have picked up on me talking mostly in the past tense, and that all of this footage is in black and white. That's because we don't have a tiger. We had one. Unfortunately, the thylacine was driven to extinction in the late 1980s.
No.
By what exactly? The British. You see, when the Brits, did their thing and decided Tasmania was their house now, actually, they brought with them livestock, namely sheep and cattle, which was a fucking blessing to the Tassie tiger, which rapidly added these walking meatballs with the survival instincts of a wet sock to their meal plan. It's free real estate. The colonists did not take kindly to the thylacine taking their livestock without a license in it, so they placed bounties on their heads. Never mind that these things never attacked humans and very rarely took their livestock. No, they were an inconvenience. And so,
That's so sad.
they were hunted down. One by one
That
by
is so,
one.
so sad.
For 70 fucking years.
70
Until
years!
September
Jesus
7th,
Christ, they had a grudge?
1936, when the last thylacine Benjamin died cold and alone in a cage at the Hobart Zoo. Usually I end these with a joke, but the fact that we wiped his entire bloodline and turned him into a
That's so
fucking rug
sad, man.
isn't that funny?
They took him into a rug? Bro, that's so sad. What the fuck's wrong with people, man? They couldn't at least preserve it. Like, taxidermy. That is sad. Maybe they didn't know it was the last one, but still. Really fucked up.
Australia has a straight up Pokemon. Introducing the brush-tailed possum. More specifically, the golden brush-tailed possum.
Wait, what?
Down under, and one of the rare examples of an Australian animal that isn't expressly designed to DoorDash you straight to heaven.
Wait, what?
Brushtail is one of a grand total of 23 species of Australian possum, which, despite the name, bear absolutely no relation to the red-blooded American opossum. These adorable little marsupials come in all shapes and sizes, from the ringtail possum to the sugar glider, and to our protagonist here, the golden brushtail, which is really just a common brushtail possum with a rare genetic mutation called leucism that causes them to lose the pigment in their skin. So basically, it's a fucking shiny Pokemon. Coming in at around 4.5 kilos and 40 centimeters in length, these tree-dwelling marsupials are nocturnal
they look so cute,
and primarily herbivores, mainly consisting on a diet
primarily
of fruit. And for added cute points, as marsupials, yes.
Let me guess, and occasionally the random stranger that ventures into their forest.
They carry around their babies in a little pouch like their roided-out cousin the kangaroo. However, come on, the thing is from Australia,
so
you
jacked.
didn't really think these bad boys would be squeaky clean, did ya? You see, they aren't entirely herbivores. Sure.
I like how he's like, I lied. Dude, why can't Australia have just cute things? Why do they have to be cute and deadly?
They love a good salad. They will also quite happily raid a bird's nest and turn Tweety's kids into a 3-egg omelette. Roadkill? Sounds like a fine steak dinner to me. And just because it...
I mean, that doesn't sound that bad. I'm like, that doesn't sound that bad to me. Then again, I'm not a bird, so...
It's not a venomous predator, doesn't mean it can't take your fucking finger off. And the cherry on top, Aussie Pikachu here doesn't go Pika Pika. No, you see, Down Under doesn't have Pokemon trainers, because when you step into the tall grass out here, you hear this absolute fucking demon. Australia has a...
Damn! That is one screech, man. I wouldn't want to have that at night. I'm not sure I could be able to sleep well at night if I heard that.
This spider can remove your limbs. But how?
Okay.
Introducing the brown recluse, native to the United States
Let me guess, it poisons you.
of America, and a prime example of don't judge a book by its cover. Because despite only coming in at a huge 2 centimeters in length,
I'm sorry, the fact that you put the big groin there too. It's average, not small, right, chat?
and rocking the spider equivalent of default character customization, this little f***er is a level 500 rot build that gives Melania a run for her money.
See, I told you it fucking rots you. It freaking poisons. Oh, man.
You see, a bite from a recluse starts in the most American way possible. With you accidentally stepping foot onto his private property, causing him to exercise his Second Amendment rights.
Oh, no!
But considering a spider can't really hold a gun, he's going to settle on biting your ass. Initial bites, pretty painless. Smack him away, all's well. There is just one small problem.
Oh, just like just like a typical mosquito, man. You just smack it away, and then you're still you're seeing the red lump, just more deadly. Lovely, lovely. The fact that it's also small makes it really hard to see.
Congratulations, you are now the proud owner of necrotic venom coursing through your veins.
Yeah, look, it's poison, see?
Nothing. You walk back to your house, the bite starts to sting a little more. You feel sick. The wound swells, and the blood vessels around the bite burst, turning it a deep red.
Lovely.
Over the next few days, that colour shifts from red to purple to black. As the venom literally destroys and kills the surrounding tissue in a process called necrosis. This causes the skin to literally rot and fall off of your body. And if you don't catch it in time, that rot's gonna spread. If you're lucky, it'll only make you violently ill and leave permanent scarring. If you're unlucky, it just keeps spreading, and venom starts to destroy your blood cells and shut your organs down.
Good old necrosis,
there's kind of only one solution to that, but
cutting it off.
You weren't using that arm anyway, right?
Yep. Yeah. Remind me again about Australia and randomly visiting things. You highly recommend not looking this up. You found out the hard way. What necrosis does to the body? Yeah, I already know. Not particularly this bite, but I've seen war footage. It's not pretty.
This isn't a spider. It's a snake.
What?
Introducing the Iranian spider-tailed horned viper. As the name suggests,
this looks so cool! What the fuck? Why does it look so freaking cool? Look at the shades, look at the texture, look at the colors, look at the blending!
Native to Iran, and you are all probably wondering why the f this snake has decided to attach a cosplay of the average Australian resident to his tail. The answer is food. You see, every known snake species is a predator. Some eat Bambi, others eat Remy, and the spider tail, not unlike myself, absolutely fucking loves KFC. But birds famously tend to fly, and last I checked, nope, ropes don't have wings. So, how does this viper get his zinger box? The answer is, again, food. You see, birds eat insects, and the spider tail knows this. So, rather than trying to chase his prey down, this lazy fucker has evolved the evolutionary equivalent of DoorDash. You see, when a viper feels...
Oh my fucking god, he poisons the food source! That's so smart!
Like a meal, it'll start the hunt by finding a nice rocky outcrop to curl up on like a couch. And due to the camouflage on his scales, this snake becomes practically invisible.
That is so cool!
He begins to slowly wiggle his tail back and forth in front of his face, perfectly mimicking the motion of an insect. Think of this as him placing his Uber Eats order. Meanwhile, up in the air, our undercooked chicken tender is flying around when... holy shit! A free meal! What a delectable bug just sitting there on that rock. And so 20 swoops down to grab himself
it's even worse!
And just as he's about to reach his meal...
it's even worse!
This isn't a spider. It's a...
damn! It actually just hangs around on a rock waiting for a bug to go on him. That's both lazy, crazy, and cool.
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep secret. But what is it?
Which one of them?
The huntsman, native to the land down under, and the
damn
#1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves.
That was really cool, though, the huntsman. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's a really cool fucking spider.
Was on camera. And look, in defense of said tourists, I will be the first to admit it looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicle. Now, as if having a negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the huntsman spider grows up to 30 centimeters in size.
Yep, they do.
Largest spider on the planet by leg span, and legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long. Now,
What
being
log?
the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150,
I'm pretty sure someone tried to eat him. Oh god, am I gonna, like, if I Google it, am I gonna find someone trying to eat the huntsman spider in a Subway type sandwich? I don't have a fear of spiders, so like, I'm kind of fine with and chill with that.
you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, you know, tank build. Unfortunately, the huntsman
They're pretty
is
springy.
turbocharged. Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous, because it's Australia. However, that's his big secret. The huntsman is a big sweetheart. You see, despite looking like an SCP, huntsmen are incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise, because
he keeps out other stuff away.
I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes, because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control. I personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you, they're pretty good company. Except for the part where they cause car crashes.
Car crashes? Why? Because people get scared?
Like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap.
Oh my
now,
goodness.
In the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but when you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun visor and flashbang you,
in the sun
they like to sleep in
visor?
there and you've just dropped one into your lap.
Oh
now,
my fucking god.
Don't panic or you're gonna crash the...
Damn! That's insane! Holy shit! I mean... I've had spiders, mind you, they're not that big. I've had spiders kind of like fall in my lap from like the visor, or just kind of like trickle down, you know, like fall down with their web in front of you, and it's like fine. Man, that's so weird. It's hard not to kind of like have an instinctive like moment though. I feel like
if you see this thing T-pose, run. Introducing the anteater, a goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now, listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the anteater eats ants, and weighing in at 4...
Shocker. Yeah, so it doesn't eat us?
40
surprising.
kilos and 1.8 meters in length. It needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per day. Now,
that's a lot of ants.
His bulking goals, the anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that XL sniffer.
How the heck are they actually eating that many ants a day? Like, huh? They gotta eat something else, right?
60 centimeter
look at that tongue.
Designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of Bug's life and convert them into a high-calorie meal. However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as the ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So how does he get it? Oh, that's simple. With the
claws,
combat knives he has for claws.
Yeah.
Anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger anteater. That's actually so sweet. Now I want to showcase my nails. Like, look at them. Look at them grow, chat. Wow. Do you think I can cosplay the anteater with these? Like, wow. Wow.
With a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete. Now, these work great for digging, but
I'm sure someone out there is like, damn, if only I had a few more inches.
They are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around and fuck all the way off.
Okay.
If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an
This
animal
actually
for no
happened?
reason
What
other
the
than ego,
fuck?
the anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height to nail you in a thigh, slip through your flesh like butter,
Oh
and
my
sever
God.
your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go meet your ancestors.
Damn.
Imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths. You got your shit packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose.
I gotta say, they're really adorable, and their combat stance is amazing. That was a really good pun, yeah.
Dolphins get drunk.
Wait, what?
But why? Well, you see, the dolphin
Huh?
is by far and away the smartest animal in the ocean. In fact, they're actually the second smartest thing on the planet, just behind you and me. This means they are smart enough to understand that the ideal way to spend your night is more plastered than Chad and Max in the Cold Ones episode. There is just one problem.
Okay.
Last I checked, there's no bottle-o in Bikini Bottom.
Uh-huh,
So how does
yeah.
a dolphin get fired for all? Simple. They abuse
Simple?
pufferfish. You see, due to the lack of underwater alcohol, dolphins need to find other ways to get their fix, which is where SpongeBob's driving instructor comes in. You see, pufferfish contain this really cool and totally not dangerous substance called tetrodotoxin. What is tetrodotoxin?
That's crazy.
It's only one of the most potent natural neurotoxins on the fucking planet. This will freeze your heart and lungs in under an hour with a tiny dose. And
That's
it's the reason
so
why cooking a
nasty
pufferfish
and
requires a dexterity
insane.
check so you don't, hit the poison gland and get yourself deleted.
I will be honest, eating pufferfish is scary. Because, like, if someone does a slight oopsie, it's kind of like game over, and I don't like that. I don't like the odds of that. Bad RNG.
Now, puffers carry this as a defense mechanism as poison accumulates in their organs and skin. Why is that important? Well,
Do
you
they
see,
just
I
rub
can't
against
lie.
them?
Dolphins don't get drunk. They get high on neurotoxin. Pods of dolphins will bully pufferfish until they inflate, then partake in a literal puff pass. By lightly squeezing the puffer in their mouth, they receive a small dose of neurotoxin, which has a narcotic effect, allowing Flipper here to trip balls before passing the unhappy basketball onto the next submarine stoner. Flipper and friends saw the deadliest
That's
neurotoxin
so
on the planet
crazy.
and said, "Fuck it, let me try some of that."
That's so crazy. What the fudge?
Most snails aren't scary, except for this one. This
What
one's
the heck
Australian.
is that? This was
Introducing
Australian.
the cone snail, and
Australia, why the fuck do you have a weird ass snail? Why is your snail looking so weird?
aquatic mollusk native to the land down under. And as seems to be the requirement when sharing your postcode with a kangaroo, you guessed it, it can quite easily cause your neck snap to be in a coffin. And the way it can achieve it is this bad boy right here. You see, despite most snails having a reputation for being slow goobers that get folded by a salt shaker, the snail is a highly effective ambush predator. And you may be wondering, how does a creature that moves slower than the GTA 6 development cycle hunt anything? Well, that's simple. It has a grappling hook. That's right, Gary's murderous little cousin here is a roadhog, mate.
Hi there.
And he hunts by slowly, surely stalking up on his prey until he's just within range, and then bang! The cone snail does a input, spitting out a toothed harpoon at 90 kilometers an hour.
What
this
the
harpoon
fuck?
then nails its prey, allowing them to reel it in like he's playing Scorpion.
Damn!
In case that wasn't bad enough, as seems to be a requirement for spawning on Australian servers, it's venomous.
Of
That
course it is.
harpoon
Of course
also
it is.
injects its prey with a highly potent neurotoxin
Yeah,
that
yeah.
instantly paralyzes it. This means it cannot put up a fight, as it is sucked into the snail's
Lovely.
ginormous maw like a nightmarish version
Jesus
of Kirby.
Christ, that looks so nightmarish. That's so
And,
nuts.
just in case you thought for once you might be safe, cone snail venom is potent enough to kill 700 people with one sting. Oh yeah, and there's no anti-venom, because it's not enough that it can kill me. No, I have to die knowing there is zero counterplay. Who balanced this
What the fuck? Me realizing I lost a mollusk player. Yeah. That's insane, dude. What the actual fuck?
This shrimp can cause explosions.
My main goal is to blow up.
Introducing
Okay.
Manta shrimp, native to the West Indo-Pacific Ocean and possibly the coolest crustacean under the sea, because this fluorescent armored sausage is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powered.
What the heck is, like, look at it, look at its vibes, look how colorful he is. Jesus Christ, man.
Powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear. See, the manta shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find and track their prey with easily the most advanced set of eyes on the
Oh
planet.
my
First
God.
off, each of these eye stalks can rotate independently like a periscope.
What? That's so creepy.
Degrees of vision. However, more importantly, they can
That's
see
so
colors
fucking creepy.
we can't. You see,
What?
the mantis shrimp's eyes contain a full 15 photoreceptor cones compared to our 3.
Can we have their eyes as glasses? Asking for curiosity.
Which is a fancy way of saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray tracing enabled at 500 render distance. Now, not only is
Explaining it to the
visual
gamers
clarity
out there.
unmatched, they can also see into the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrum.
What the
And
fuck?
despite
That's
all
so
of this,
OP.
they still can't find who asked. What they can, however, find is their next meal. The mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms, squidward, and most
Freaking
importantly,
mantises,
Mr.
man.
Crabs. Now, crabs famously exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this polite little gentleman break into the shell? Simple. He throws hands.
Wait, really?
That's right, weighing in at only 90
Does he
grams
just
and
kinda go
38
like-
centimeters in length, the mantis shrimp has a punch that produces 15,000 newtons of force. That is 176 newtons per gram. So if a human was capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighs 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite.
Jesus
Now, to
Christ,
produce that force,
man.
its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an hour.
Audible
which is
for
so
water.
fast, it creates a vacuum in the water called a cavitation bubble, which
That's
then
insane.
immediately collapses at such
That's
a
also
speed,
so fucking
it
cool.
creates a miniature explosion that flashbangs the target and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the
That is
sun.
so fucking
Mr.
cool.
Krabs is getting f***ing disintegrated.
Money.
He's getting cooked in that shell. That is a really cool one. Damn, nature is shockingly amazing sometimes, man. Alright, YouTube. Thank you for hanging out with us for this video. It was honestly amazing. It was educational and very fun. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I want to go to Australia. Perhaps. I'm still curious about eating some of them. Am I weird for that? Maybe. Crazy? Definitely. So, I shall see you for the next one, YouTube. And again, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Bye!